angels willing to hold us in their arms. When our worth of stone, our ashes, and we both passed on. Let forever mean forever and carry on.
Good afternoon. It's been an interesting day. I've spent all of the day in probably about as deep thought as you can imagine. I'm still in a fog. I was greeted this morning by an email that lets me know that our clock here on YouTube is ticking. As you know, as I've been saying, I've been preparing for this for quite some time now. In some ways, it's been no big deal. In other ways, it's still an ongoing battle. I spent much of my Saturday in back and forth conversations with my web panel provider. Oops, I'll get to that in a moment. I meant to pull up another screen. I forgot to pause the video here on my side. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I spent much of Saturday in a back and forth dialogue, whatever you want to call it, trying to get and I don't know how they actually pronounce it, but an Nginx server on our website. Which doing that in and of itself is pretty simple. That I did and got accomplished and all that good stuff. The problem is, even when I get that installed, it's still not allowing me to directly stream right straight to the home page here, right where you see the video right now. If you go to the website right now and click play, you will see, or you see, right where you see the video right now. I don't have the ability to do that directly, meaning cutting YouTube out. What you're looking at there when I click play is YouTube, okay? I don't have the ability to cut YouTube out. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be able to directly stream right straight to the website live, which you would think would be a super easy task, and not. So anyway, nonetheless, it's probably something stupid that I'm doing that I just don't understand. And I'm sure it's on me. I'm 110% positive it's me lacking. I just don't understand where. And this guy, I have to say, had a lot of patience, but I still was able to get nowhere. I actually had, as I've been telling you guys here lately, I'm subscribed to 2 people on Patreon now, Bear Independent and Survival Prepping for Normal People. And I urge folks to do it. I do, wholeheartedly. But I even made a comment on one of Kyle's posts from today. And I was kind of expecting an answer. I've heard nothing back yet. But I am kind of expecting an answer. And because I feel like there's some misleading going on there. Not on necessarily the part of any one individual, but on the whole concept as a whole. When you go to Patreon, and I'm only a subscriber to 2 different people, so, you know, I don't know the platform far and wide by any means. But and again, I highly suggest that you go, and that's 2 channels that I highly recommend that you spend at least $1 a month and subscribe to. But when they post a video, okay, where do you think that video is hosted? YouTube. So I'm completely not understanding how you're sticking it to the man when nothing has changed except now you're getting $1 a month from each person. Now, I get it on their end of things, in a sense, okay? I'm not talking about their end. I'm not talking about them getting $1 a month. I'd care less about that. That's something called capitalism, and I support capitalism wholeheartedly. Right? You know, there's a lot of people out there doing a hell of a lot for a hell of a lot more money that's, you know, not good. what they're doing, what Bear is doing, what Kyle is doing, they're doing good things, good work. And you know, I support that. But the issue of that I'm coming at it with, okay, is what happens when YouTube, and I'm going to say this from their point of view, okay? From their point of view. You have to understand that before I say this. From their point of view, what are they going to do with all of these freeloaders when they realize that the freeloaders are using their platform, okay, to make money and going around their advertising system? Well, they're going to boot them off. And I'm surprised that the party's lasted this long. I'm surprised that the web admins at YouTube haven't blocked Patreon from linking their content, because that's easily done. I've got the options to do that on our website. I can block people from embedding embedding our web pages on other websites, or just about anything. When you run websites, it gives you a lot of options, and then when you actually run the server as well, run your own dedicated server, well, hell, that's just even more options from there. But this is coming, and that was kind of the biggest point I was trying to get across to him, that I want him to start thinking about, because I don't want to see the guy disappear. I don't got a problem with paying him $1 a month for his content. Okay? I don't want to see him disappear. And, YouTube is going to turn that spigot off for these folks. So my suggestion to all of the folks that are in this mass exodus to Patreon is, you better come up with a backup plan. Because your backup plan sucks. I mean, Patreon's an okay idea. I'm not knocking Patreon, but continuing to use YouTube for a video hosting platform when you're trying to get away from YouTube, not necessarily the best plan in the world. So, and I don't know the platform very well yet. I am going to be looking at it very heavily. I don't know if they will allow video, links from, say, DLive, or I'm sure they would, links, but my question is about live video. See, this is how they do it over there. If you don't know, I'm going to tell you the big secret, okay? So, let's say I open up a Patreon account, and, $1 a month. Those of you that pay your $1 a month, you come and you get to see the videos. But the people that don't pay the $1 a month, right? They, when they look in my video list on YouTube, they won't see those videos, right? Well, what it is when you upload a video to YouTube, you have the option to set that video as public, which means everybody can just openly see it. Unlisted, which means it's not in your list, but you can give the link to somebody and then they, as long as somebody has the link, they can watch the video, okay? Or you can do it private where nobody can see the video, and I think they've got another feature now on the private to where you can actually assign people to be able to see the private videos, but I guess it works off of an email address or something, and I don't know, I'm not understanding exactly how they've got that set up. I haven't used it, but so essentially these Patreon videos are just unlisted YouTube videos. I could literally, and I don't recommend doing this, but somebody could literally go and, freely hand out the links to this, this content. And that's not cool either. That's not cool on the part of the Patreon people, like Kyle and like Bear and, all the others on Patreon. That's not cool to them. That's why I said I don't, they need to come up with a better plan. They need to come up with a better plan. And I'm willing to work and try to help them do so. Because I myself need to come up with a good, solid, hard plan. The biggest issue here is servers, okay? Because I've seen a lot of people, just, get your own server. Let me tell you what. A dedicated server is expensive, okay? Expensive. To get a run-of-the-mill, nothing special, no frills, no huge, gigantic amount of space is still going to cost you $130 a month for a dedicated server. And again, that's not a ton of space. That's not a ton of bandwidth. I mean, that's a basic, no frills, no excitement server. Not worth a damn for video hosting. To get something that's suitable for video hosting, you're probably going to be paying at least over $1,000 a month, if not thousands a month, to be able to have a suitable server for video. I'm not talking about for one person. I'm talking about several individuals, like if several individuals went in together for a dedicated server. Not feasible. Not feasible, not worth it. We got to figure this out. Let me show you the email I got. It says here, your YouTube video has been age restricted. Okay, and I can't argue it because I went back and listened to the video. I can't argue it. I mean, it's clearly in violation of their policies, which pretty much is every single one of our damn shows. Am I correct? Give me a hell yeah. That's pretty much every one of our shows violates their guidelines. But this one went above and beyond. Okay, it was the show from January. The monologue, I should say, from January 21st, 2019, and you can still go see it. It's still there. It's just age restricted, which tells me that we have been now flagged, as they even use that particular terminology right here, that it was, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Can't believe I did that. 1 second. Trying to get back to the email. There we go. It says right there, I can't click it, it says flagged. So, we have been flagged, period. It says, upon review, we've determined that it may not be suitable for all viewers, and it has been placed behind an age restriction. Okay? Video content restrictions. If a video contains violent or graphic content that appears to be posted in a shocking, sensational, or disrespectful manner, and I have to say that was a pretty disrespectful show, is less likely to be allowed on YouTube. We also don't allow content to intend to incite violence or encourage dangerous activities. We review content on a case-by-case basis and will only make limited exceptions for appropriate educational, documentary, artistic, that's it, I'm artistic, leave me alone. I'll get the stupid little goofy hat, right? in scientific context. Well, we're definitely scientific as well. Where the purpose of the posting is clear. Oh, I was perfectly clear. During this show, part of the monologue that I had spoke. I don't care. I really don't care. Our clock's ticking. Screw them. I don't care. It's been that way the entire time. I didn't care from the very first day one. Okay? If you guys want my content, you will get it. It just may not be on YouTube. So that's all I can ask of you is that, you consider, if we get axed off of YouTube, if you consider following me to wherever it is that we wind up. It could be back on DLive. I'm not saying, that I want you guys to pay me. No, I'm not saying that. I mean, it may just be, here's my initial backup, okay? If we get axed, I do have a backup channel, okay? And that channel has been there for quite some time. So it's already got stuff like the live streaming enabled and yada, yada, yada. That's all set up, all good to go. Literally take me 2 minutes to get a video going there. Live video, that is. And I can embed that right here, just like I have this show from this channel right now. So, worst case scenario, if I were to wake up tomorrow and my channel's gone, like I said the entire time, go to the watchmannews.com. It's pretty simple. Doesn't cost you a penny. Go to the watchmannews.com. Our show will be right here from that backup channel. The only difference is I will be doing the same thing in a sense that they're doing on Patreon. What I'm saying by that is everything will be unlisted. Okay? If I've got everything unlisted and the only place you can access it is through our website on our player, then my stuff can't be reported. Because if people can't actually get to exactly where that video is on YouTube, how are they going to report it? So, see, I'm already one step ahead of Patreon. Okay, Patreon, see, that's the thing, when somebody posts a video, okay, all you got to do is click on the title of the video. It opens up in YouTube. Dumbest thing ever, right? Ever. Let me show you. If I go to click on archives here, and we'll go to Friday's show here. Okay, watch. I'm going to click play. See this title? I'm clicking on it, and you see it's not going anywhere. It's gone now. Well, there it is, but it's not. I'm clicking on it, and all it's doing is pausing and starting the video. That's all it's doing. It's not letting me redirect to YouTube. Okay, because that's how I've got the settings. That's how I've got the settings. Hey, Patreon, take a hint. Take a hint. That'd help you a lot. Because your bread and butter, your people that are max exodusing over there, they're going to get screwed just as bad. Because all they have to do is click on that video title, go right over to YouTube. Hang on. Made a list and all that. You go right over to YouTube and wherever the hell it's at. I don't know if okay, right here. Report. Boom. That's all they got to do. It's not rocket science, folks. Not rocket science. Anyway, I wanted to make everybody aware of that. That's kind of what I decided I was going to talk about today. I cannot impress it upon you anymore that if you come to watch us on YouTube and we're not here, go to thewatchmannews.com. Simple. I'm not going to sit there and play games with you guys and make you pay me and all this other stupid, silly horse shit. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. And I've been in an insane deep thought today. Because this is a battle that's been going on in my mind. Well, should I do this? Should I do this Patreon thing? What's the point? For me, it's not about money. Never has been. Never has been. I understand that the powers that be and their social media counterparts recognize the threat that many content creators pose for them. But the biggest threat is those of us that aren't looking to be compensated. I'll get my compensation. It most likely won't be monetary. It'll be way better than that. Way better than that. I will get my compensation, though. Bet that. Not sure who that is over there. If you're watching the live show, all you have to do is log in. Go to account, log in, and it will your username will show up. Like you see Evil, he's there. You log in, and your username will show up instead of the whatever kind of name that is that gives you. So there's a chat over there, folks. You are listening. Okay, yeah, just log in, and it'll change to your actual name. Yeah, probably most of you probably didn't even know that was there, did you? Sure enough. Got a chat room right there on the website. It's just, I have it collapsed. So, because I don't like intrusive things in your face. I can't stand that. So, I have it collapsed. When you come to the website, it's down like this. Now it says, let me scroll down here. Oh, I'm going to have to refresh. Yeah, I'm still not showing you logged in. I'm only showing Evil. Like, here, I'll show you real quick. Sorry, guys, this won't take but a second. I'm just going to type some nonsense in here. And even I come up as Cetus Suff or something like that. I have no idea. Cetus Suff, that's my name, Cetus Suff. Cetus Suff. Now, I'm going to say something again real quick. Now that I'm logged in. And, well, you see my logo, but right here it says The Watchman. And that's what they see. They see on their side, they see The Watchman. So, anyway, I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. Probably didn't even know we had a chat room there, did you? Most of you probably didn't. Got a chat room there. We've got a forum there. We're going to have the same community. Well, it's actually already on there. The same community the Prepper Nurse One has, and that's coming real soon. So again, it's already on there. I just have to fine tune it, get all the menu buttons in, and all of that good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff coming to the website, folks. If you're not a member over there, probably want to be. Doesn't cost you anything. Nothing's ever going to cost you anything. That's the thing. I don't believe in that. Right? If you as an individual choose to want to throw something our way to help us out, It is the most appreciated thing you can imagine. But we're not going to demand it. We're not going to sit here and beg. I mention it one time at the beginning of every show during the monologue every day. And I try to spend as little time with it as I can, because that's not what this is about. It's just not, right? But like everybody else in the world, we all have to we all have to use money to survive, and largely that's it's that kind of extra money that we use for prepping. So it's a huge help, and it's much appreciated. But again, the website will never cost you anything, and you're not going to see me go on Patreon and all that other good stuff and expect you guys to pay to see our content. And I'm not knocking those that are doing that, but one of the most important things to me is trust. Okay? And I usually don't trust people that I have to pay. Okay? Let me give you some examples. Car dealership. You're looking for a used car. Is my point made already? Don't trust people that you have to pay. Don't trust lawyers. Don't trust doctors. Don't trust car salesmen. Because they'll tell you whatever it is that they need to tell you to get you to make money. Okay? So, in my opinion, it's hard to build trust that way. Somebody that's selling something goods and that's different. But a service is Anyway, sorry, I had a sip of coffee. As you can tell, I'm pretty worn down today. I have really been in that much thought throughout the day with everything going on. Okay, cool. Good deal. Glad you got signed in and everything. Oops. And by the way, for those if you don't know, if you click the bottom bar, the whole chat will collapse. But if you click the middle bar here, or not the middle bar, I guess the top bar, only the actual chat, the user list won't collapse, just the actual chat. So just a little side note. It's not my favorite chat script in the world, but there's not a whole lot of options out there these days. There's really not, and all of them are rather highly expensive, including this one here wasn't cheap. There's like $50 for this chat script, and when you buy the script, you get updates for so many months. Well, this is like 3 years old. So I haven't had updates for probably at least 2.5 years or whatever for this chat script. So not anything I can do about it. I just don't. It works, and it's not that much of a priority to throw another $50 if that's still what it costs. To be able to get the latest updated version, so which probably isn't going to be a whole lot different. Might have some bug fixes in it, but that's how I can do this. I can do this without requiring payment because we do everything ourselves that we can, and we do everything as cheap as we can. Hosting our own website, I do all the website work myself. Everything we do, I do. Just it is what it is. I'm telling you though, I'm at a loss with this. And again, I can't argue their point. Okay, it was a rough monologue, and I can't argue that. It is what it is. They're not going to stop me. You just may have to come join me on the website instead. So that's essentially the long and short of it. As you can see over there, We've got the video. Right now, this is our live video playing right now. I showed you that a while ago. We've got a chat room. So you guys still have the ability to chat. You know, it's no different. It's not, again, it's not great, but it's better than nothing. If we do get axed, I will not be giving the link out to that other channel, to our backup channel. Just so you know. On our website? Yeah, I thought you signed up the other day, Wolf. I swear I seen that you signed up the other day. In fact, I know I did. I've got one of those memories that remembers like really crazy stuff. Hang on, I'm on another screen here in the back end real quick. There's not a whole lot of members. We don't have very many members at all. Let's see. Wolffang. Your username is Wolf space Fang. There's a space in between the Wolf and the Fang. And actually you're enabled and confirmed, so that means you got the email and you click the link in the email to confirm your subscription. Not subscription, but your membership. So, but you are in there. The username is Wolf space Fang, just like you have in YouTube there. So I can't tell you what your password is. I have no idea. I can't retrieve that. I can change it if you need be, but I can't see what your current one is. I can just give you a new one. Anyway, get that closed out. I was trying to be careful and make sure I wasn't in the wrong screens. And if you need to start over, just let me know, Wolfang. If you need to start over, I'll just axe your current account and you can just start over. So, not a big deal. So that's the long and short of it. If this happens, I will not be giving the link out or the channel out, the backup channel, because that's how I'm going to protect myself. Every bit of content will be unlisted, and the only place you'll be able to see it is on the WatchmanNews.com. So I can't help it. I can't help it. You know, and again, I'm still using that beast, but I'm doing it in a manner in which I don't think the beast can easily eat me, so to speak. Certainly disgruntled individuals, because I kind of have a feeling that's where this came from. Very possibly. It could be their AI stuff, but we've had a problem with somebody and they are stewing. They are stewing. Harvey Black, I'll tell you right now. You want to go to war with me? Just say so, buddy. Just say so. Like I told you in Prepper Nurse 1's forum, I deal with things head on. And if you don't want to be dealt with head on, back up. Am I clear, Harvey Black? I won't use your real name here, even though I have it. So I think, long and short, that is where this is coming from. So, it is what it is. I don't bow to anyone, not any man, not a single man. I only bow to God. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here on any level, but I'd have given up long ago. He is my strength. He is my strength. Anyway. Trying to think if there's anything else. I didn't really get jack done this weekend. I got goose eggs done with review videos. Again, I spent most of Saturday trying to get the web server to where I can stream directly in to no avail. I don't even remember what the hell I did yesterday. I haven't been feeling so hot, folks. I don't really know what's up or why or what's wrong. Just don't feel good. Just tired and now I haven't been taking kratom the last 2 days. We backed off a little bit to detox for a couple of days, and then we started again. And then we ran out of capsules, and I just haven't made us more capsules. That's literally all it is. I just have to have a chance to make us some capsules, and I haven't yet. So I know that's part of it, because I know that what I'm feeling, like pain and stuff, it's just my normal crap. I mean, that's how well kratom works for us. It is really that much of a miracle for us. But nonetheless, haven't been feeling the best, and I'm stressed. I am stressed to the gills, folks. I haven't even had a chance yet to talk to you about what's going on with Iran. I've nailed it on the head again, and I don't say that to be pompous or to be, I don't want to be right with this stuff, guys. I don't want to be right. I want to be as wrong gets. Because what I'm looking at is a nightmare. And I think that nightmare's coming on fast. Very, very fast. And I'll discuss it somewhat when I cover the headlines, because that kind of says it all. Let's go ahead and mosey on over there, because it's already going to be past 5 when we make it that far. Let me run through my normal spiel. Like I said, one time a day. I'll try to make it quick. Amazon Associate, we are at $19.18, so that's going up. Like I said, every little bit helps. It was at 20-something. I don't know why it backed down a little bit, but it did back down a little bit. Still show 3 items that haven't been shipped out yet, so that'll bump it up a little more. Very appreciated, folks. I mean, again, this is, I can live with myself by asking this. Otherwise, because I don't like doing that. I don't like doing this. I don't like telling you about the link to the Amazon affiliate, but I do it because it helps. So anyway, if you do shop Amazon, in the description of our videos, there's a Amazon affiliate link. If you use that link when you before you go and make your purchases at Amazon, it will give us credit for that, and it will throw a little bit our way. It doesn't cost you anything more at all, and it throws a little bit our way. I think on average it's between like 6 and 8% of the sale price. On average, they've got a whole big, huge thing to, yeah. It's like figuring out YouTube's monetization. It's pretty much the same thing with the Amazon affiliate program. There's no way you're going to have any idea what a particular item is going to bring you, because it's variable. So nonetheless, though, I'm not complaining. It helps, and we highly appreciate those that use our Amazon affiliate link. This month, when we get it, which we should be getting it, I guess, in about maybe 4 days or so, I think we're due to get about $44 this month, if I'm not mistaken. This month to be like $44. And then next month, though, it's going to be like $88. So that's like sweet. Thank you. That's awesome. So again, that's all you have to do is use that link before you make your purchases. You know, when you go to search on YouTube, on YouTube. When you go to search on Amazon, you click on that link and then do your search and your purchases. Or you can go to the website here. We've got search boxes here. These are Amazon search boxes. So you can literally type in, whatever it is you want, click go, and it'll take you to Amazon, and you make purchases, and again, it tracks it, throws a little bit our way. It's much appreciated. So, let's see. I heard, what I was looking for. No, I did not. The question was, Socratic Knowledge asked, for those that can't see the chat, if I had a chance to go and inventory our preps and stuff. No, I didn't get much of anything accomplished this weekend. I'm not mentally, I'm wore out. I see what's going on, and I've told you guys about my brain and how it works. My brain is exceptionally well at putting puzzles together, and I don't mean the physical 2 billion piece puzzles that you set on a table, and I'm talking about problem solving, and it's extremely good at extremely complex problems. But here's the odd thing. I don't control it. My brain will pick something that it wants to solve and will subconsciously work on that problem. And when I know this sounds weird, but when it figures the problem out, it spits out the answer into my conscious mind. And that's just how my brain... I've got a really weird, odd brain. How I file memories, how I file things I need to remember in my brain is really, really weird. How I do math in my head, make... what do they call that crap that they do today? It'd make it look like it was genius. I can't even believe I can't think of it. What's the crap they're teaching in schools? Common Core. It would make it look like genius. My brain works really weird. And so I suspect what is happening, partially anyway, is that my brain's working on puzzles. And I know it has been spitting things out here and there over the past week or so. And I share those things with you, and that's what I'm going to be sharing here in just a moment. Let me get there. But the simple answer is no, I haven't. I haven't, and that's not good, because that's a failure on myself. It's a failure on Jen. It's a failure on you. It's something I need to get done. So it's something all of us needs to get done. We need to go through our preps. We need to inventory them. We need to make sure that the different items work. We need to make sure that all of our batteries are charged. We need to run through and do all of these things. I can't say that I haven't done anything along the lines of, prepping and stuff this weekend. I'm sure, because I'm always doing something. I can't sit still. But to sit down and actually focus on prepping for any length of time this weekend, no, I haven't. Let's see. Let me go ahead and finish this step. We'll get to the news headlines and some of those answers that my brain spit out that I was telling you about. We'll be discussing some of that when we cover the news. So. Where was I? Okay, yeah. So I told you about the search box, and if you don't search, if you don't shop the beast that is Amazon, you still want to help out. We do have a donate button on the website. You click the donate button, it will open up a PayPal page and our donation page, and I always let people know it does say Transforming Disabilities at the top. That is us. It also says Purpose, the Watchman News donation. I put that there to kind of help people understand that, yeah, it's really us, because that's what we have, a business PayPal account, and it's under the name of Transforming Disabilities, so that's why it's done like that. So anyway, okay, let me get to the headlines, and I gotta find out exactly where we're at today. I know I normally go through on a Monday and I cover the news that I tweeted out all the way from Friday night all the way up till showtime, and I'm not actually going to be doing that today. So, because we're real close to 5 o'clock, and I have a feeling we're going to be talking about some of this stuff a little bit. Okay. I had to have the contractual drink of coffee, you know that. Okay, this is an article on Fox News, and I want people to pay attention to what's being put out there, okay? Because that's very important. Literally, will you survive the coming blackout? That's what they're talking about, okay? It's important to pay attention when you have major media outlets talking about this stuff, okay? And you're going to see where this is going to play into effect real quick. So, Oregon GOP trolls Democrats with siege of Capitol building while ditching vote on divisive bill. Thought that was kind of funny. I normally try to not take sides with this stuff, and I'm certainly not a Democrat, and I'm certainly not a Republican. But this is hilarious. Funny is funny, folks. This is great. This is priceless, right? What I'm for is the Constitution. Well, Bible first, then the Constitution, and common sense. Yeah, that was funny. That's good. Okay, so this is what we're kind of going to focus on here for a little bit. The headline is they tried hard but failed. Iran foiled all U.S. attempts to carry out cyber attacks. Now, I thought I said something on Friday's monologue to that effect. I couldn't tell you for sure. I have been talking about it. I can tell you that in conversation with Jen. I believe I mentioned something. I believe I know I did Prepper Nurse 1. I believe Morning Light. I believe we talked to you, and I brought it up to you. If I'm not mistaken. I know I've talked about it. I just don't know if I talked about it on the show Friday or prior to Friday or not. That this claim that we succeeded in a cyber attack against Iran was bogus. And I'm clearly right. So I'm going to go back over. I think I did talk about this Friday. So I'm going to back up just a second. So we have well, we don't. Japan has a tanker that gets attacked over there. And supposedly Iran did it and blah, blah, blah. And we take it upon ourselves to do what we always do. I mean, it's really, truly not that big of a deal. And we fly a drone near/over their territory, and they shoot it out of the air. Now, that's a big deal. Not the fact that They shot a drone out of the air. The fact that they had the ability to shoot that drone out of the air. I still firmly believe that we were in their airspace, 110%. And the reason why is because this is not the first drone that's been shot down. There's been many drones shot down. And every time a drone has been shot down that I recall in the past, our government has done everything to get to it, to retrieve it. For those drones that were either retrieved, or in most cases retrieved by another country, and I think Iran's one of the countries that's done this before. I think Iran's caught U.S. drones before. They've threatened in the whole 9 yards. Well, I think it can be undisputably proven that we were in their airspace, and that's why the U.S. government not once said anything, along the lines of demanding to get that property back. And that's why they didn't, launch a recovery team, because every time in the past they've done that, it's all been, propagandized on the media outlets, because they use, governments use their media as weapons against other countries as well as against us, individuals. The media is definitely weaponized, and believe me, if we had a leg to stand on in the quote-unquote international airspace argument, they would have used that media to threaten and intimidate, and they would have sent a recovery team. A lot of sensitive, hardware, meaning top secret, classified type of sensitive stuff on that drone. But the fact that they had the ability to shoot that particular drone down, okay, and I can't share with you everything I know. I wished I could. But I need you to trust me when I tell you. I just need you to trust me that for Iran to be able to shoot down that particular drone is concerning. Very concerning. So after that, the claim is that they had devised a plan, meaning our government, and that they launched a cyber attack, that they were getting ready to launch a physical attack. They were going to strike, I think, 3 different locations. And the story is 10 minutes before. I got to do this, right? Because you got to get in the mood. Okay, 10 minutes before. You know why I'm doing this, right? Because it's bullshit. I said that from the beginning. And what I'm doing now is proving that I was right. Folks, Trump didn't call off that attack because 150 lives would have been disproportionate to an unmanned drone. Trump already has a hell of a lot more kills than that under his belt. Obama, my God. We couldn't even begin to count the bodies in the huge old pile from Obama's drone program. I'd shudder to even think. I guarantee you it's in the tens of thousands. Guaranteed, at least. So this whole cockamamie story that 150 people. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. You're talking about the same guy that would put an entire building of families on the street just so that he could turn the building into a parking lot and make a few dollars. Believe me, let's be realistic here. He doesn't care. So we have to look deeper. Why? Why did we not strike? Well, let's slow down a little bit and look at the information that we are being given. Okay, the whole idea, if you want to find the truth, what you have to do, it's discernment. That's the key. You have to wade through all the information, find out what's crap and what's not. And it takes a little bit of skill to do. It does. It's not always easy. Their disinformation campaign is pretty good. It's pretty on point. But so let me tell you what happened. I believe that they had ships in place, they had planes in the air, they had everything good to go. Okay? To launch an attack. But they failed in one key part of the mission. And that was the cyber attack. Now, if we can't fly, again, I'm going to say this in a particular way, that particular drone, okay, if they can shoot that down, then I guarantee you that our Tomahawks and all our other stuff is child's play to them. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why Trump called off that attack. Because we would have got our asses handed to us. That's a fact. That's a fact. Maybe not in the entire war, but that battle, we'd have had our asses handed to us. Every damn ship that we have in that entire vicinity would be gone. I guarantee it. Trump wasn't worried about 150 Iranians. He called it off because he knew that our troops would be just wiped off. That's a fact. You know, we have to be careful with the whole USA flag waving false confidence thing. The Pentagon's been warning for quite some time how outdated our stuff is, and it's getting worked on. That's, Trump is putting money back into our military and its defense weapons. That's awesome. But, he's only got so much money to work with. And we have how many years that it was left just being neglected? You've got Bush Sr., you've got Clinton, Bush Jr., Obama. That entire time, Reagan was the last one that actually pushed for a stronger military. That was the last one. Ever since Reagan, our military's been deteriorating. And I don't mean the men and women that make it up. I mean the equipment that they use has been deteriorating. I mean, for Christ's sake, they were sent over there in the desert in Iraq and Afghanistan with crap. In fact, in some cases, from my understanding, they were lucky to have armor. Remember that when you want to wave that flag and you want to run into these countries and just, Not all other countries are like Iraq and Afghanistan. All right, we had enough problems there. Iran will whoop us. Iran will whoop our ass. I'm telling you. And unless we push buttons and nuke them, they will whoop our ass. You gotta understand, people don't get it. They're so stuck in their bubble, they don't. It's hard for people to step back and take a look at the world for what it is, not what they want to make it, but what it is. Those people in Iran are raised much differently than our Tide Pod multi-bi-gender fruitcakes. Think with your head, not your ass. We are a soft nation. What was that? I shared that article one day of the Russian guy that got stabbed in the back multiple times, and he's sitting in the hospital and wanted a cigarette. Here he's got literally a knife hanging out of his back, plus all kinds of other stab wounds, walking out the door to smoke a cigarette. Me saying this stuff, I'm not trying to insult the American people. I'm just telling you the truth. If that's insulting, then do something about it. Don't cry because somebody pointed it out. Just saying. Not a good thing. And there's more to it. Damn, we're going to have a long monologue. We can do it again. Iran ready to shoot down more U.S. drones, Navy chief says. Let's see. Down the yellow brick road. China buying gold and dumping dollar assets as trade war with U.S. escalates. I got to have another sip of coffee here. I'm still surprised by this. Bitcoin's back. BTC blows past $11,000, up almost 300% this year. Still don't trust it. Still don't recommend it. But I will say that that has shocked me. That has shocked me. U.S. deploying missiles along Russia's borders could lead to new Cuban crisis, says Russia's deputy foreign minister. And this is one of the things that I keep saying. This is unreal that we can expect to be able to do anything we want anywhere on the planet. But they want to restrict all these other countries from being able to defend themselves. It's mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing. 2 Eurofighter jets crash into each other over Germany. Russia extends counter-sanctions against U.S., EU, and allies through 2020. Venezuela's oil production set for another drop. Trump tells countries to pay up if they want U.S. protection in Strait of Hormuz. How do you like that? And dude, I get this, right? I'm for that, right? Completely. Enough freeloading from the United States. Enough. But this damn well better include Israel too. We need to stop sending Israel money. And if they want our help, they need to send it to us. This is ridiculous in this country. Ridiculous. But I also throw Saudi Arabia in there too, because that's the other one that the United States is buddy with, and We seem to be constantly, and I know there's weapons deals. Oh, so no, Saudi Arabia just bought all these weapons from the United States. It's great. Yeah, and Amazon paid taxes, right? What they tell you and what happens are two different things. Suspected terrorist plotting U.S. embassy attack arrested in Belgium. Trump announces sanctions targeting Iranian supreme leader in response to shooting down of drone. Done deal. Turkey says it already bought Russian S-400 and U.S. sanctions won't change that. I don't even know why this is coming up in the news anymore. But it keeps coming up and keeps coming up and keeps coming up. I know I certainly get it. I guess the Pentagon don't understand English. I don't know. I don't. But it keeps coming up, and that leads me to believe that, the U.S. is still poking at them, saying, oh, you need to cancel that deal and all that. And again, where is it our business? I don't see how it's even our business to begin with. A judge condemned for forcing woman with mental disability, or it's supposed to be mental disabilities, to have abortion. Now, hang on. Let me explain this whole thing, because that's important. One of the things that we need to work on as a society is to cut down a little bit on the knee-jerk reactions. Wait until we can get some facts. Wait until we can have a true logical assessment. Instead of addressing everything with our emotions, we need to use our logic. So before anybody jumps on one side of the wagon or the other, let me explain the situation a little bit. This woman, and I don't honestly remember her age off the top of my head. I think, hang on. I hate to say something and be incorrect. I know it says somewhere. Oh, it just says in her 20s. That's why I couldn't pull the number out. Okay. So she's in her 20s, right? But she's got a mental disability, and in her mentality, okay, the mental capacity is of, say, a 6 to a 9-year-old child, okay? So when I think about that, I'm like, yeah, it's probably better that she's not trying to raise a child. I think pretty much anybody could see that. But her mother had stepped up and said, oh, I'll take care of the child. I'll raise the child. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. They still forced the woman, even though there was a family member that stepped up and was completely willing to take care of the child. They still forced her to have an abortion. Now, this was in the UK, not here in the US, but like I keep telling everybody, pay attention to what happens abroad, because it's going to be coming here. It's just another one of those things that I've been proven right time and time and time and time again. Not that I want to be. It's that I don't fall for their games and their lies and their BS anymore. Let's see. Oman denies helping Trump to warn Iran about impending U.S. attack. This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. Video shows German Eurofighter jet plummeting to ground after mid-air collision. So let me speak just a little bit more on this with Iran, because it's important. Information is going around that the U.S. is currently devising a plan to take out their grid, their power grid, meaning Iran. But we better hope like hell they don't. That they don't even try. If they feel military action is necessary, I'd rather see them lob some tomahawks at them or something to that effect, because here's how this works. If we got a ship out there and it launches some tomahawks into their country, they're going to launch whatever they call their missiles at our ships. Okay? If we launch an attack on their power grid, what do you think they are going to do? Believe me, if Iran's power grid gets taken out, you will have China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, and a host of other countries working in unison to take ours out. I, in the same boat as I have been for these past several weeks, I cannot implore you, beg you, convince you anymore to get ready. It's here. I have never been so certain of something in my life. It's here. Anyway, let me go ahead and wrap up. I know that was kind of a long monologue today. About 20 minutes over the normal. It is what it is. And we'll get started into regular content. So for those that are here for the live show, stick around. Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything. I just close up the monologue this way every day. We'll be live till 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. For those that are just here for the monologue, or if you're watching a recording later on, thank you very much. As always, God bless you. We love you, and be one with your spirit.